Hello, hello, ladies. Happy Friday. How is it going? I hope you have been diving into the Healthy Hormone Habits Challenge over on Telegram. If you need the link, it's back in a couple of posts ago, and I'll also put it in the comments of this chat. That's where we're really housing all of the great information about how you can take daily action to balance your hormones. And this is something that I've been really leaning into myself in the first month of the year. I've been noticing some really great improvements with my hormones as well, which I'll be sharing in the group as well, the group on Telegram. So make sure to head over there so that you can get the daily accountability, actions, and guidance to help with your hormone habits. So what I wanted to do today is pop in with a little bit of Friday wisdom, because this is a really funny thing that occurred earlier this week. And I could definitely see like an older version of myself would have taken this very differently. And so I wanted to share this with you to help you to see how we can shift our perspective, how we can really grow in terms of our mental, emotional, and physical states, and how this can truly lead into creating your happiest and your healthiest year yet. So roughly on Tuesday, I was I was doing a workout. Nolan, who you might be able to hear, was on the floor, and I went to sit down with him after the workout was done, just like sit cross-legged on the ground. Now, what I usually do when I do a workout is, no matter what I'm wearing, I'll just go ahead and wear what that is to do the workout. It's usually some kind of resistance training, whether it be body weight or dumbbell use that I'm doing. And in this case, I was wearing these really stretchy jeans. Now, these jeans are made out of mostly stretchy material and a little bit of denim, and they are super comfortable. I've had them for quite a while, which will come into play in a bit. And there's something that I feel very comfortable wearing, whether I am, trying to look a little bit nicer or if I'm doing a workout, because they're super stretchy. So what was interesting was I completed my workout. I went to sit down on the ground with Nolan, and I heard a rip. I kid you not. I was like, what? And then I sat down fully, because I sat down part of the way, heard the rip, sat down all the way on the ground, cross-legged, heard it rip again. And I was like, you have got to be kidding me. So I felt on my leg and realized that underneath my left thigh, the jeans, the very stretchy jeggings, you could say, had ripped. And I laughed to myself. I thought, oh my gosh, that's crazy. I just ripped my jeans. So I immediately went to my closet to take them off to have a look at the damage, so to speak. And yeah, it was basically on my left thigh, on the back of the jeans. It ripped. And what was really interesting was I had full awareness that a previous version of myself would have looked at the situation and compared it to when I was pregnant with twins. And I actually ripped a dress in the back when I was pregnant and trying to get into a car. So that was also like a, oh my gosh, kind of moment. Like, okay, I'm getting bigger. This dress doesn't fit me anymore. And it ripped as a result. But in this moment, when I ripped my jeans by sitting on the floor, what I thought was really interesting was my response. I did not immediately have this thought of, oh my gosh, I've gained too much weight, or I'm not losing weight fast enough postpartum. Instead, it became, oh, look how funny that is that these pants ripped. Interesting, right? It wasn't any kind of self-sabotage. It wasn't any kind of self-shaming or criticizing of myself. None of that was there. Instead, it was truly about the jeans. Oh, isn't it funny that those jeans ripped? And when I reflected upon it even more, I realized I'd actually gotten those jeans from my mother-in-law literally when I first met my husband. So maybe it was, almost 20 years ago. So I thought it was pretty funny that, number one, I had had a pair of jeans or jeggings for almost 20 years that I still fit into. And it was after 20 years of looking after them and washing them and wearing them pretty consistently that the material had gotten so thin, and I could see it on the right-hand side of my jeans, had gotten so thin that it just ripped because of use, because I'd used it for almost 20 years. In no part was there any of this where I was thinking to myself, isn't it terrible that I've gotten so big that I ripped my jeans? Hey, bud, you want to come up here? Okay, come on. Yeah, Nolan wants to get up. Oh, here we go. There he is. Yeah. So I wanted to share this story with you because it really goes to show the power of meaning. What meaning are we putting on the things that are occurring in our day-to-day lives? Sometimes we put meaning on it like, oh my gosh, I've gotten too big, and so that's why my pants split. And sometimes we put meaning on it like, oh, isn't it funny that I've had these pair of jeans for so long that they've actually just gotten threadbare and they've ripped, right? It has nothing on how big or small I am or how quickly or not quickly I'm losing weight. It's truly just about that piece of clothing. And I think that sometimes we forget that, especially if we have particular weight loss goals or body composition goals. We tend to blame ourselves on the things that we either are doing or are not doing. We're never doing anything right. We're never doing things to the extent that we wish we were. And I think it's a really great call to action for all of us to look at the various ways that we talk to ourselves and to have some discernment around how we are creating meaning around the things that are occurring in our everyday lives. Because there's absolutely a possibility that myself and yourself are creating meaning that might not be in complete alignment with who we truly want to be, who we want to show up in the world as, and in particular, how it can help us to continue with our health and healing journey. So instead of diving into those negative thoughts and really staying on that negative thought spiral, instead, what we can do is think about, hey, what would actually be a much more supportive thought? How can I turn this around to make it something that can actually help me to keep going instead of admonishing me and making me feel even worse about what I'm not doing? So really, all that to say is spend a little bit of time thinking about the meaning that you're placing on situations that occur. How can you swap it? How can you turn it on its head and change it from something that would have made the fault and blame about you or your body and turn it into a way to help you to keep going? So that is my Friday wisdom. I hope that this made sense. I hope that this is something that you can really take on board and use as a reminder that we are not our thoughts. We can actually shift our thoughts at any time to support ourselves or to not support ourselves. And the choice ultimately is yours. So go ahead, go into today thinking about how we're placing meaning on things and choose a higher level of meaning. Choose a meaning that supports you to move forward. Choose a meaning that celebrates you, celebrates the progress that you've made, celebrates the progress that you'll continue to make. And that's all what I'll leave you with today, as well as like a cute pic of Nolan. Yay! Okay, have an amazing rest of your Friday, guys, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye. Say bye. Bye.